Good evening and welcome to Speed Gaming, everybody. I'm August 40th, and we've got some Zooter for you. Ocarina of Time Randomizer, part of the Speed Gaming Live Tournament. This is the optional qualifier round. Today, we've got 9 people racing for us. We are featuring Ninban and Gavaroni, and they shall get started in about 5 minutes. They have already started IRL, but they are running on a 20-minute delay. So we have about 5.5 minutes to chit chat and whatnot. Get everybody situated. Anyone who's here, anyone who's joining us from the future via VOD. But we have our layout switched up. You see at the top the symbols up there, the hash marking off that they are indeed playing the same randomizer seed. To date for you, we are running the flags for the tournament, which feature the Rainbow Bridge to Ganon's Castle being opened by all 3 Spiritual Stones, Kokiri Emerald, the Goron Ruby, and the Zora Sapphire. That will give you access to Ganon's Castle, but you will not be able to open Ganon's boss door without completing or without obtaining the Shadow Medallion and the Spirit Medallion, which normally in the vanilla game give you the light arrows, so that is nicknamed the Light Arrow cutscene. That today has given us our Ganon's boss key. So throughout this tournament, we're hoping, us viewers and some of the racers, hoping that eventually through playing these seeds, we're going to get something useful locking the Shadow or Spirit Medallions inside Ganon's Castle. I believe that is yet to happen. We are on qualifier race number 6. So let's see if that's not the case today. As indicated on the tracker, we are not shuffling the weird egg. So I've marked that already. I am here in the commentator booth, also working solo behind the scenes tracking. So if you notice something that these racers have that is on the tracker that I have not clicked, do me a solid and mention that in the chat. Other than the bridge and castle boss key conditions, we are playing under the standard rule set, glitchless logic. So the logic that this randomizer builds the seed upon does not require any glitches. The glitches that these two probably will and are allowed to use mainly include ground jumping, storing, I believe, a fall animation via bomb, which allows you to jump up and grab ledges, which normally you can get to logically, but it saves a bit of time. Also, what the bridge and castle key conditions are kind of designed to make this a little bit faster. We're hoping between the 2 and 3 hour mark today. But as always, plenty of content here on Speed Gaming. But for the next 2 to 3 hours, we are going to be featuring this Ocarina of Time randomizer race. These 2 racers, Ninban and Gavaroni, versus 7 other contestants behind the scenes. This is the optional qualifier round for the tournament held later on in November. Cash prize. I believe earlier I saw it's up to $1,992 and some change, split up amongst the winners. So good luck to everybody involved. Still don't know what their starting medallion is. They should be getting going in another 2 minutes here. As always, like in the vanilla game, the Sage of Light, Rauru, gives you the light medallion. In the randomizer, you always start off with one of the medallions or a spiritual stone. They are going to hope that they are starting either with one of the spiritual stones or the Shadow or Spirit medallion. It will shorten the absolute required temples down to 4 as opposed to 5. As we are getting ready to go, make yourselves comfortable. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop in the chat. Ask a question. Question in the chat, as I mentioned, is this race gonna use entrance shuffle or key sanity? No and no. Thank goodness. I said 2 to 3 hours. Either of those options or both of them would dramatically increase the length of this seed. So, yeah, we are not going to be seeing those things. Very difficult also to track, not only from a tracker commentator standpoint, but from the racer standpoint. There is a random setting league. If anyone out there is hearing this and saying, "Ah, kind of like those settings," there are those in chat saying they do not like those settings. But if you do, there is a random setting league. Join the Discord, find out when those are happening. Follow your favorite racers. Those are a ton of fun. If you have the brain power to kind of piece it all together, or just watch the insanity. All right, they should be starting in about 10 to 20 seconds. Wear masks, please, is an in-ban. That's what he said. Some things behind the scene. We are revving up for the Season 4 tournament on ZSR. Some of the Season 4 test settings include a open mask shop, which you start with Zelda's letter and a song, Zelda's letter check, and we're starting with the water medallion. Not the best one to start off from these guys off the bat, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. But the open mask shop gives you all the masks right from the start, and the bunny hood makes you super speedy. Something runners are taking advantage of. So fun thing behind the scenes to look out for in the future. And we are off. Alright, Gavaroni rocking a crimson red, ruby red maybe, blood red tunic. Then band slightly darker than Kokiri green. Both runners obviously straight off into Mido's house. 5 Spear Zero checks right off the bat. The first is an ice trap. Both going for that left-hand side of Mido's house. Got $10 and a Pizza Heart. So not much in Midas House. Neither runner gonna go into the Kokiri sword chest just yet. And it looks like both runners are gonna opt to do the South Hyrule field check. There's one grotto down here open from the get-go, so we call that the Spear Zero check. Let's see if it holds anything more valuable than what we found in Mido's house. As always, these gossip stones in the randomizer have been slightly modified to give a hint. Didn't quite catch what that was, but it was one of the hinted checks was garbage. I didn't see that much. But of note, we did find the iron boots in this open grotto. Not the greatest item to get as your first item, honestly. Not a whole lot of checks that unlocks. It does allow them access into the water temple as soon as they find a hook shot. Other than that, it gives them 1 or 2 checks. It does allow them travel from Lost Woods into Zora's River as an adult. Other than that, not great off the get-go. Also to note, neither of these racers are going into Gerudo Valley, holding 2 more Spear Zero checks. Oh, and we have VXR in chat with the eagle eyes, telling us that hint in the open grottos was regarding one of the very checks that the Iron Boots unlocks. So underneath the icy waters, as an adult in Zora's Fountain holds absolutely nothing of value for these racers. So making those Iron Boots even less valuable. Let us see what lies inside the water temple. Chances are good that it's either going to be a spiritual stone or one of the two medallions that we are going to need in order to kill the pig, Ganon. So these runners are neck and neck at the moment, coming into the Hyrule Castle Market at nighttime. Gonna rescue this little dog. He's lost. His name's Richard. We're taking him home to his mama. Hopefully, she's feeling generous and she has a good reward for returning her baby Richard. And it's the hook shot. Okie dokie. First two items are the iron boots and the hook shot. That should give these runners an inkling as to where they should be headed. Uh, another item or two would be nice. Zelda's Lullaby, some bombs, a bow, hover boots, also nice in the water temple. But let's see what where these runners go. It's a hit for Big Goron. Zora's Fountain is way of the hero. 40 Skulltula is a Pizza Heart. Big Goron also a Pizza Heart. Lots of info there. Nothing too great. Zora's Fountain, way of the hero. For anyone not in the know, way of the hero means there's an item in Zora's Fountain that is absolutely necessary. We've already gotten a hint, though, for something in Zora's Fountain. We know one of the, 3 checks there is garbage. So that's a location that these racers are going to want to prioritize. That is a repeat of that Icy Waters hint up here. Gavaroni taking a little bit of a lead. So very exciting start to this seed already. Let's see if it continues or where the trolls are. Ninban unfortunately does not get the jump. Alright. And perhaps with the lower frames per second, we'll be able to read this hint on Ninban. It was the opposite of the way of the hero. That was a barren location, foolish location, meaning there's absolutely nothing that these guys need. Outside Ganon's castle. That is also not a great hint. The hint's not being too great already this seed. Outside Ganon's castle refers to one lonely check. Unless there is a skull sanity settings flag turned on. So with these runners armed up with the Cuckoo on their way to pick up Zelda's letter here. And their first song. See them doing the standard 3-song route most likely. Although Iron Boots and Hookshot might lean me to choose an early adult route, but I'm not good enough to compete with these guys. And I completely missed what was on there. I was marking off those letters. But we'll see an instant replay from Ninban. And song Minuet from VXR. Thank you, VXR. No Minuet button to mark off. Thank goodness. But it is a useful song early on. Allows them some transportation. So Ninban right behind Gavaroni. We're gonna see instant replay from right to left, going into Lon Lon Ranch. 3 checks in here, unlocked, 2 of which unlocked from Zelda's letter. Item inside the silo. You could go right off the bat, but as always in a randomizer, best to clear out a location completely. Gavaroni just finding a whole bunch of money. So Song number 2 from Gavaroni from Malin is Requiem of Spirit. That's an interesting find right off the bat. Transportation all the way across the desert to the west. Gives them access to an extra song early on. They'll be able to peek at what's on top of the archway. But right now they cannot do any checks inside the Spirit Temple. Can't do much by reverse wastelanding into the Gerudo Fortress. But Ninban continues the replay right behind Gavaroni. Oh, no, you're right. Never mind, I misspoke. Anyone in the chat wants to do some tracking, just let me know. And once again, missing the silver scale inside the silo here. Let's see if Ninban opts to play Minuet or follow Gavaroni into the desert. We got our first divergence 10 minutes in. Gavaroni picking up the Sun Song in the desert. Ninban. Much more powerful song, Zelda's Lullaby, here in Sacred Forest Meadow. Let's see. Hyrule Field is on the way, the hero. Alrighty then. Gavaroni gonna be right behind Ninban, grabbing this Zelda's Lullaby. Oh, and that's a bomb bag hint on 30 Skulltulas. Now keep in mind there are 3 total bomb bags somewhere out. Oh, 50, sorry, I misspoke. 50 skulls is a bomb bag. There are 3 bomb bags out there, hopefully that is not the first one, but Hookshot being in a Spear Zero location, that is not looking very good. See Ninban slowing down a little bit to play this Ocarina memory game. Gavaroni probably right behind him. Nope, never mind. Putting my foot in my mouth as Gavaroni checks out the Kokiri sword chest. What do we have in the Kokiri sword chest for Gavaroni? Pizza Heart. So absolutely nothing. One last check left in Kokiri Forest. Gavaroni gonna manipulate the Sun Song. Great strategy there. To work him back to the last entrance that he came out of. There's plenty of rupees. Gonna purchase himself a Deku Shield and a couple of sticks. Ninban neck and neck, despite the minor time divergence, or the route divergence rather. So in all intents and purposes, Gavaroni up just a couple checks in the desert. We're gonna see these runners check these two gossip stones outside the Deku tree. I think that was another repeat of our skull mask holding our Zora tunic. Chat mentioning, yeah, it seems the game kind of wants you to go into the water temple. All of that Zora tunic, iron boots, hookshot, all Sphere Zero checks. And in the back, a second Hyrule Field Way of the Hero. So we've got Hyrule Field and Zora's Fountain Way of the Hero. And we are welcomed by the Kuchiri. As Ninban joins Gavaruni inside the Deku Tree. See what the Deku Tree holds for us today. First check in the lobby are some fire arrows. Not gonna do us too much good right off the bat. No magic to use them, no boat to fire out of them. But that might come into play. We'll have to see. Second check is a free shield. Team, never buy a shield. One and out. So far, the hint's not giving us a whole lot to go off of. Iron Boots could be Way the Hero for Hyrule Field. There are 4 more checks. I guess it could be the Ocarina too. 5 more checks. No guarantee that that's a always hint. So if it's not on the sometimes pool, it could be Way the Hero, I believe. Again, I could be putting my foot in my mouth as Gavaroni checks the 4th chest and finds Lord Banana. All hail the boomerang. What is Lord Banana doing here inside the Deku Tree? I guess the Deku Tree just needed his potassium today. But that is not looking good for our bomb bag on 50 skulls. Not a whole lot of boomerang unlocks other than Jabu Jabu and a bunch of child-only Skulltulas. Gavaroni taking the long jump down into the basement. Gonna do one final check that's in logic, and then do kill Queen Goma out of logic. But is gonna be sure to pick up these 2 really easy to collect Skulltulas being here in the Deku Tree with Boomerang. And seeing a hint for 50 Skulltulas. Holding a bomb bag. Last check in logic in the Deku Tree without a slingshot is a Pizza Heart. Ninban right behind him picking up these Skulltulas. Very nifty trick of flame storage as well as a glitchless jump. By placing this stick back inside your inventory as it passes through a flame, stores the flame on top of the Deku stick. And then setting up this precise jump that Ninban's going for. The stick is in memory, holding that flame. Gavaroni doing another trick with the stick. The broken stick gives him an infinite use of that single stick there. By precisely whacking it against the solid wall. Let's see if he gets the one cycle. There's the nut. Oh, he does not get it. 1, 2, 3 hits, and the Queen Spider is down. Alrighty, time to find out what Spiritual Stone and or Medallion, I guess, or Medallion, not and, is inside the Deku Tree, as well as what Queen Goma is holding. And it's just a bloopy, so hopefully the Deku Tree pays off with something that we need. Worst case scenario would be the Light or Fire Medallion. And it's the Force Medallion. Not the best, but not the worst. It does grant our racers a song inside the Temple of Time as soon as they go adult. That's not the greatest. There's Ninban right behind Slaying Queen Goma. Does not get the one cycle kill. That's the way to cycle. Kill some eggs. As we see Gavaroni going into the Lost Woods. Gonna check one of the few scrubs that outside of Scrub Sanity holds a randomized item here in the Lost Woods. Second one being inside a grotto in Hyrule Field. This scrub holds nothing but 20 bucks, so half off rebate, I guess. And once again, Gavaroni expertly using that Sun Song, saving even more time on Ninban. Just picking up their Force Medallion. Catch up a little time as Gavaroni plays the Ocarina memory game, but we've already seen the Kokiri Sword Chest not holding anything, and Ben taking a little bit of the long way around. So now Ninban from the Kokiri Sword playing Requiem to get into the desert and pick up the Sun Song. And Gavaroni gonna use his Scale Go directly from the Lost Woods into Zor's River. I like this play. See nothing but pizza on top of the ledge up here. There's a, I think, Pizza Heart 40 skulls? Another thing, Ninban taking Lord Banana here into the Spirit Temple. One thing Lord Banana does do is unlock the child side of Spirit Temple, assuming that one of these first two checks is a key. Spirit Temple key logic is notoriously horrendous. Meanwhile, Gavaroni grabbing his chicken headed up the river. Don't think we saw what was on this lower ledge. Not just the nut. So Ninban using a little trick, lighting that stick, then walking through the door. Offers up a little shortcut, won't have to collect those silver rupees in that room. This room with the Stoppos unfortunately can be tricky, and Ninban does not get it first try. Stoppos whacking him into the pit. Has to be careful as that Selphos packs a main punch, and we see exactly that. Luckily, Ninban hit the switch, so that flag will remain open. So we won't have to do that again. And we're only in the open grotto here in Zor's River. 20 bucks. So Zor's River not paying out for Gaborone. Does pick up a bean I did not catch. It was on top of the archway in the desert. That might be exactly why Gaborone's here. And that is our hint for 30. So we've seen our Skulltulance, our big Goron, and a couple with heroes, one foolish location. First check in Spirit Temple, not a key. This next check is not a key. The boomerang is not what we need to get inside the Spirit Temple. What was it? $20? Okay, that is a key for Ninban. Unfortunately, oh wait, no, he has a healing shield, so shield isn't for enough. He has a key, he can progress further into Spirit Temple. Looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Gaborone, is he gonna, yeah, he's playing Sun Song. He's playing for those Skulltulas. But as well, he's gonna go into an orphan check inside the graveyard. No reason this early with Sun Song that you're not gonna make this play. Good on Gaborone. Can we get Gaborone audio? Yes, we can. Let's do that. Alrighty, let me know, chat. That might be a little too loud. So Gaborone gonna be here in Kakariko for a little bit. Grabbing Skulltulas. Not gonna see much of anything until we get to the graveyard. Let's see what Ninban collects here in the Spirit Temple. Has to be careful on just half a heart. And there's some Lizalfos in here. He is trying to avoid spawning. I don't think you can hit that without spawning the Lizalfos, but maybe. He also doesn't have any explosives to progress in here, so unless there's some bomb chews, he does get the switch without spawning the Lizalfos. Good on him. Goron bracelet, that's something. And the Megaton hammer. Child Spirit paying off for Ninban. Dampe digging not paying off for our friend there on the right, Mr. Gaborone. Let's go on and mark the hammer and strength the Goron bracelet for Ninban. So he's got to be happy with that play. Recovery heart for Gaborone in the vanilla shield grave chest. Does have access to another 2 checks in here. This ledge accessible via the boomerang. Did not see what that was. Was that bomb chews? Whatever it is, Gaborone's going for it. Gonna give you a rundown on how to grab that chest. Oh, misses it on check number 1. Or try number 1, rather. Is he? Yeah, just opting to plant the bean. Not gonna waste any more time. He's gonna be back here as an adult sooner rather than later. He's running out of child checks to accomplish. Meanwhile, Ninban is gonna take that scale, it looks like. Check the scrub here and then maybe take that scale into Zor's River. So very exciting seed so far. Anyone just joining us, anyone who missed the start, absolutely nothing in Kokiri Forest so far. One final grotto locked by Song of Storms. Nothing in Mido's house. But in the open grotto, we found iron boots. From Richard's mama, we got the hook shot. We know the Zor tunic is on Skull Mask. we found Lord Banana inside the Deku Tree with the fire arrows. Silver Scale was inside of Lon Lon Ranch, as Gavaroni picks up the Big Goron sword from the Song of Storms, or Sunsong Grotto. And it is very exciting thus far. We just saw Ninban pick up Strength and the Hammer in Child Spirit. And Bomb Chews, yes, those were on the ledge here inside the graveyard. Now, those don't open anything in logic. But very useful for Gavroni. Did not see he opened up his pause menu. Don't know how many we have. But that would be good on Gavroni picking up this song. What do we got? It is Bolero-Fire. So very useful songs to get Minuet of Force and Bolero early on. So he's gonna go adult and pick up songs very quickly. Meanwhile, Ninban is gonna use that Zelda's Lullaby. He's gonna go into Zora's Domain. This is something we saw Gavroni opt not to do. Let's see if Ninban picks up anything of value here. Very nice from Gavroni with the side hops rather. Sorry. And so good to note those Deku Nuts are out of logic. So nothing but those Bomb Chews for Gavroni here in the graveyard. Did grab a whole mess of Skulltulas. And Ninban sees a hint that he probably could have guessed at. The Spirit Temple gonna be our third Way of Pure location. Anyone unfamiliar, Way of the Hero means there is an item logically required to beat the seed in that said location, outside of always hints. And 10 Skulltula is just a recovery heart for Gavroni. So this play for 10 Skulls not paying off. Still don't know what's on 20. Do know 50 is a bomb bag. Hoping either of these Bomb Chews can stave Gavroni off of grabbing 50 skulls, or we find a second bomb bag somewhere in Hyrule. To note, there are 3 bomb bags, one of them being on 50 Skulltulas. Gavroni is back in the desert, so must have seen something on that archway. Could it be a bomb bag? Could it even be a wallet? A wallet would be nice enough. So then he could backwalk across the desert, purchase some Bomb Chews for 200 rupees from the carpet salesman. Meanwhile, Ninban completed the diving minigame, rewarded with a Poe bottle. That's an interesting find. That does make the big Poe in logic. So that could hold something crazy like a bow. Some crazy like that in logic without needing the bow. So Ninban continues to get some good items for his adult segment. Gavroni did not pop into the Spirit Temple. Looks like he's going adult. Could come to bite Gavroni. 30 minutes in though, it's still early. Let's not count any chickens or cuckoos before they hatch. Ninban getting nothing in Zora's Domain. So, paying off to go into the Spirit Temple, not so much to go into Domain. He's gonna take the shortcut to Lake Hylia. Let's see if he does any fishing. Let's see if there's anything in the bottom of the lake here. As well, he's probably gonna set his Scarecrow song. Looks like just a bloopy at the bottom of the lake. Now, Scarecrow's song early on could come to save him. Could be something in Adult Lake Hylia, could be something in Fire Temple up there. We'll see if that Scarecrow's song comes into play for Ninban. Gavroni gonna do the slingshot minigame here in Hyrule Castle Market. And we've got a shout out to a baby Zooter fan, Raiden, 10 months old. Shout out to Raiden and his father or mother, Sapphire Dragon. I guess I shouldn't assume. Oh wait, no. Yeah, my son is a parent of said child. So Ninban quickly accomplishing fishing, pulls out another recovery heart. Gavaroni pulling out Feror's win from the slingshot minigame. One of those two much more valuable than the other, but neither of them are gonna open up any checks. Feror's win not gonna be useful at all without magic. And Gavaroni burst into the Temple of Time, first to pull the Master Sword from the Pedestal of Time. First to skip the wonderful years of puberty, and like that, he's gonna turn into an adult. Pick up Song of Storms for having that Forest Medallion. Interesting find. Now, more importantly, let's see what is on the pedestal. Shadow Temple, Light Medallion. Not gonna need that. Forest Temple. Fire Temple. Uh-oh. Dodongo's Cavern. Alrighty, let's get that in there and let's use the power of deduction to figure out just exactly where the rest of our medallions are. Light Medallion was in the Shadow Temple deck which we had. And I completely missed that. What was on top of the arch, chat? Java Water and Spirit for our stones. Okay, thank you, chat. Picking up, Gavaroni picking up the Song of Time as our second song in the Sacred Forest Meadow. And chaining these songs together, gonna go straight into the crater. Death Mountain. Pick up another song, peeking that item on the wall. Much too quick for my eyes to catch it, but grabbing Epona's song inside the crater. Oh, and thank you, Gavaroni, getting the bow on top of that archway. No wonder he went in there and planted the beam. Just a little peek inside Goron City just to open that doorway up. Still has to stop little Link to Goron if he wants to open up the chamber into the Dorinios Hall, but don't have to re-pull that statue or throne or whatever that is. And then trying to get those nuts here in Zor's River. Speaking of Zor's River, Gavaroni picking up his first bottle. That's Rudo's letter that he was able to quickly see inside the wall of Death Mountain Crater. Ninban from the river going straight back to Desert Colossus. He wants his bow as well. So now that Gavaroni done with a little bit of time traveling, picking up those songs, looks like he's off to Kakariko Village, where the majority of the early adult section is usually played out. But given all the songs that Gavaroni picked up early on, straight away he wanted to find out what songs are where. As see, I was a little preemptive in marking some song for Ninban. As well, Ninban does have the fire arrows. And he's save warping back to Kokiri Forest. Let's see where his route takes him next. You know, one of the first checks you gotta do in Kakariko, you gotta visit Rufio. Captain Hook might have killed him in the movie, but he's chilling up here on this roof. Just giving a bit of love our first heart container. I think that's our first heart container. Gavaroni now up to 5 hearts. Alright, our adult song in the windmill is Prelude of Light. Useful for transportation, not much else. Alright, Gavaroni in the graveyard for some checks. Pause, and just 5 chews. That's not great, but let's see what Gavaroni chooses to use them for. Ninban trailing behind Gavaroni in the market. About to go adult. A couple of items that Gavaroni doesn't that is going to prove valuable to Ninban. Going to be able to go into Dodongo's Cavern. Going to be able to go into the Fire Temple. Might not necessarily be able to clear either of those places, but man, that hammer is going to be very nice for Ninban here. As they're grabbing their 4's win. Alright, just pizza for the first prize, and full container for the second. Anyone unfamiliar, nice change to a recent edition of the Randomizer is Dampe giving up 2 prizes. There is Song of Storms for Ninban. No doubt they're going to check pedestal and then do a bunch of warping around. Look like some nuts in next to that cow, but Gavaroni not interested in the potential upgrade. So we just saw Ninban do the slingshot minigame. Gavaroni doing the bow minigame. Bow minigame is completely randomized. That slingshot is not. Speaking of bow game, Ninban about to pick up their bow, eligible for that. Just $50 though for the prize. Gavaroni doing a bit of safe scumming, it looks like, with these bomb chews. Let's see if this pays off for him. Is going to be anything of value, pulling out that Big Goron sword, making these redead easy peasy. I will mark that bow in just a moment as soon as Gavaroni opens up this chest. Just a pizza heart, so he's gonna reset that. Let's mark the quiver and the Song of Time for Nimban. And Gavaroni now done. He's done with his adult segment. Does not have that hammer or strength. Not a whole lot for them to do. Meanwhile, Nimban here in the Sacred Forest Meadow, going into the Forest Temple. Not the greatest play, in my opinion. Forest Temple only holding for us a Fire Medallion. I guess it does have a couple of Skulltulas. That could be useful. So I'll best not to judge these racers when I'm not in a place to compete. Correct, Furrow's Wind is not on this tracker, as it does not open up any checks. Gabroni back in the cookery shop, purchasing up some sticks. Where's he headed to? I guess he needs some sticks, potentially for Spirit Temple. Does have those chews he can use in there. Break some logic open. Looks like he's gonna head maybe into Goron City, potentially into Zora's Domain. Sit back and watch as an Nimban continues through the Forest Temple. Excellent use of that hammer. Because you don't usually have, or because you don't have the hammer in the vanilla playthrough, hammer versus those Skulltulas here in the Forest Temple are often overlooked in the randomizer. Scavaroni clearing out the last check here in Kokiri Forest. 1500 hint, we've seen that before. Dead. More bomb chews, that's nice. Gonna want to see how big that pack is. But that'll give Gavaroni at least, I think, 10 chews. Maybe at least 15. I think there's more than one 5-pack, though. Yeah, 15 chews. Chances were it was going to be a 10-pack. It's not going to break open some logic as Nimban goes for the second check here in the Forest Temple. Spirit Temple Way of the Hero for Gavaroni. Pointing him in the right direction. Yeah, feel free to shout out any questions in chat. Tons of helpful folks here, making my job a little less strenuous. I am here in the commentators booth as well as clicking buttons behind the scenes, making those pretty pictures light up. I do apologize if I'm missing something. Nimban picking up their first key here in the Forest Temple. As well, that is their third Skulltula here on this Forest Temple route. Very efficient. Looks like also gonna be very swag, using the iron boots. As Gavaroni gonna come back to Zora's River, not gonna orphan off Frogs 1. Favorite drink in Zooter, or OT? That's the question posed in chat, as Gavaroni finds a blue rupee on Frogs 1. Not only swag iron boots, but a swag side swing from Nimban. Very nice. Very nice routing. I like it. But my favorite juice in OOT would have to be that blue potion. Give me full health and full magic, please and thank you. And Gavaroni is gonna take some time. We've already seen Zora's Domain from Nimban. Got nothing of value. One last check in from King Zora as an adult. That requires access either to Ganon's castle or to the Ice Cavern, which they do have. Speaking of that, Gavaroni is most likely going to take this letter and Boomerang and pick up their first Spiritual Stone. Nimban, 3 keys. Not going to do the block push chest or go any further in this Fire Medallion Forest Temple. Anyone recently joining us or unfamiliar with the win conditions, the spiritual stones open up Ganon's castle, and the fire, or the shadow and the spirit medallion open up or unlock our Ganon's boss key inside the Temple of Time. So that is what these racers are looking to collect. Yeah, and I was about to say, Ninban walking right over that Wolfos grotto. There you go, back inside, grabbing that hammer. All of this completely in logic for Ninban. Gavaroni opened up one check in the Lost Woods out of logic, as he is assuming he does not have anything logically to open that grotto. Let's see if there's anything from the Wolfos. Here in the metal for Ninban, just $5. So continuing to see checks left and right. Continuing to be exciting, and we're not even an hour in. Really happy to be here on SpeedGaming. Everybody out there, these racers. Speaking of racers, those are our racers, Ninban and Gavaroni. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, hopefully I'm not messing it up for you too much, go ahead and give those guys a follow. Of course, without our racers, we wouldn't have the races to watch being raced. Gavaroni armed with that fish. Moved King Zora aside. I'm gonna collect this prize for that Zora minigame and certainly head into Lord Jabu Jabu. Picking up their bottle with that big toe in it. Ninban grabbing that 10-pack chews. They're gonna like that one. But looking for like a second strength upgrade, I think, maybe to get inside Spirit Temple. But before that, I imagine that Ninban is gonna go into Goron City, clear out Dodongo's Cavern and the Fire Temple, as Gavaroni finds Sacred Forest Meadow, Way of the Hero Hint. So we have Hyrule Castle, Sacred Forest Meadow, Spirit Temple. I think there's one I'm forgetting. But Gavaroni is indeed going into Lord Jabu Jabu. Gonna put off that fairy fountain, most likely to safe scum one of those bomb chews. But stay tuned, folks. 50 minutes in, and it's just now gonna get really interesting. Ooh, Ninban unfortunately missing Little Link the Goron. Gonna use that time, use that mistake to grab this hint. Gavaroni might not go in here, here for this. Yeah, not a great hint. But Frogs 2 is the Mirror Shield, that's something. We are one song away from that check. Is it hard required today? Why is it hard required today? Oh, because the Spirit Temple is a stone. Oops. Alright, so Frogs 2 are required. That is a useful hint. Never mind, as another useful item, there is magic. Alright, tons of good stuff there from our boy Ninban on the left. It looks like Gavaroni is going to be first to a spiritual stone. But Ninban is most likely going to be first to the Ganon's boss key. There's a bunch of stuff left to do in Goron City on Death Mountain Trail. But very close race. Very interesting. These racers go completely different routes. Sorry, I'm not doing the greatest job of commentary solo and tracking. Trying to do my best. And Chad is right. With Mirror Shield required from Frogs 2, Sorry Song is required, so we're gonna need to go through the Forest Temple. Ah, that is not the greatest news. That is a 6th dungeon, hard required. Yeah, to note, there is a second hint out there somewhere in Hyrule. But Gaborone has not been to Goron City, so no ruling out that he's not going to grab that. As Ninban here in the crater, about to grab their Rudo's letter as well as a phone song. Prioritizing that song. Nothing for Gaborone in Lord Jabu Jabu. Alrighty, now what else do we need? Can out of logic, well, I guess in logic, because we could get 50 skulls and grab that bomb bag. So we can clear the Fire Temple, the Dangle's Cavern, Forest Temple. We can clear out the Water Temple, minus the long shot. So we're looking for the long shot. You know where Mirror Shield is. We're looking up for a second strength upgrade to clear out the Spirit Temple. Big bucks from the Fountain Fairy in the crater. That is Rudo's letter picked up for Ninban. Oh, we also have the bomb shoot. Reminder as to where one of the bomb bags is. But Ninban is using this hammer, doing some checks that Gaborone was unable to pick up and collect. Gaborone about to showcase for you the easiest mini-boss in the game. Just like everybody else, I had a ton of trouble with this as a kid, but Gaborone showing us just how easy it can be. A Deku Stick, nonetheless. One of the first items you pick up in the game. One and done. Oh, that was our fountain. Forest Fountain, Sacred Forest Fountain, Spirit Temple, Hyrule Field are our way to Hero Hunt thus far. That Ninban was in the forest. Did a good chunk of it. All the way through the courtyard. A bit of trouble opening up Juke's wall, checking up Bonnaroo's chest, just getting another $5 though. Full clear out Death Mountain Trail. Last check here, this Song of Storms Grotto. As Gaborone prepares for the boss fight. first, it looks like he has skipped the cutscene lowering down the platform. Now has to get this nearly frame-perfect trick, and losing the time he saved by not getting it first try and avoiding the cutscene. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, Ninban taking that hammer. One last check in the Dodongo's Cavern. Just another Pizza Heart, but he's gonna pick it up. That was his fourth pizza. So up to 5 heart containers. Gavaroni finally getting that trick. It's probably my commentator's curse. Working through time. We are playing Ocarina time. Ninban in the lobby of Dodongo's Cavern. 1 hint stone, 1 chest. So much easier as adult. Meanwhile, Gavaroni in the boss fight of Lord Jabu Jabu Baronade. Should be putting on a textbook fight as Ninban finds our 5th way of the hero inside the Deku Tree. That was fire arrows and Lord Banana, the boomerang. Absolutely required for the spiritual stone inside Lord Jabu Jabu. Baronade down for Gavaroni. Let's see which spiritual stone is held. Now, we saw Rudo holding up the Zora's Fast Sapphire. No guarantee that's what is held. That update has not yet met the main branch of the Ocarina of Time randomizer. As Gavaroni finds their first strength inside Lord Jabu Jabu. That puts us 2 items away from go mode. The long shot and the light arrows. As Ninban finds a useless item, the Stone of Agony. Completely missed which stone Gavaroni picked up from Jabu. Well, Gavaroni going straight for the Fairy Fountain. 14 choose. Not gonna save Scum 'em. Not this one. This is a Way of the Hero location. This is a 50-50 good item. It's either here or on top of the iceberg. We haven't had a hint that icy waters were nothing important. 50 bucks! Alright, we're coming. Over towards the Ice Cavern, as Gavaroni gonna pick up their Strength 2 and Hammer inside the Spirit Temple. That Way of the Hero not going unnoticed by our boy Gavaroni. And it looks like the Goron of Ruby from Lord Jabu Jabu. Let's get that marked. So our Spirit Temple and Water Temple hold the Kokiri Emerald and our Zora Sapphire, respectively. So happy 1 hour mark, everyone. Technically 62 minutes in this race here. These racers are on a 20-minute delay. Doubt anyone's finished just quite yet. But this is shaping up to be a Jet Seed. As Ninban finds the Goron Tunic. We are a long shot and light arrows away from go mode. Of course, as always, Ganon will give us a hint for the light arrows if we can get up to him without them. Yep, to answer a question in chat, when is long shot needed? Long shot is needed to get into the boss room of the water temple. Water temple holding one of our spiritual stones. The spiritual stones opening up the rainbow bridge to Ganon's castle. It is mandatory. Other than that, with the hover boots, you can open everything else up in the water temple as these runners are. Without the hover boots, there is just one check, the vanilla boss key chest, that you need either the long shot or the hover boots to get in these rule sets. And I don't think the hover boots are in logic, though. So one way or the other, the long shot is going to be required. Gavaroni, armed with his Spirit Temple key, headed up, which is good news. Going to pick up their hammer and Strength 2, as Ninban is in Adult Cat at the hour mark, checking out Rufio. So, the interesting question, what's Gavaroni gonna do after picking up the hammer and strength in here? Is he gonna continue Yuzuchu out of logic? Or is he gonna just leave and go adult, play Prelude of Light, and clear out Dodongo's cavern, clear out Fire Temple? As I realize I need to mark the Shadow Medallion for Ninban, right? Ninban completed Dodongo's cavern? He used a couple chews? Yeah, I think I saw that. And Strength and Hammer for our... or Strength 2 and Hammer for Gavaroni. To answer my question from earlier, Gavaroni is gonna continue inside the Spirit Temple, especially with that Strength 2 and Spirit Temple Way of the Hero. Not a terrible idea, but I already gotten 2 Way of the Hero items. Could there potentially be a third? Could our long shot be in here? Could our light arrows be in here? Could a bomb bag be in here? It's not going to be required for runners of this caliber. I believe they can do all their medallion and stone requirements with the shoes that they have. But technically it is required. As well as the slingshot to complete the Deku Tree. So, Ninban now checking out the graveyard. Not gonna get anything good in here, other than Bolero of Fire. Imagine with that, we'll go straight to the Forest Temple, or the Fire Temple, rather. Hopefully. One last check for Gavaroni here in the Spirit Temple. Needs to take out this Iron Knuckle on 3/4 of a heart. No problem for a racer of Gavaroni's caliber. Nothing in Spirit Temple. On the child side. Might be something on the adult side. We're gonna see one way or the other. But did save scum those keys. Or I guess one of those keys. And then now Gavaroni back in the Temple of Time, gonna pull his Master Sword from the Pedestal of Time. For the second time. Time. This is SpeedGaming hosting the qualifier for the tournament coming up later in November. Ocarina of Time Randomizer. The prize pool up to $1992. That's $1,992. Divided up amongst a handful of people. I think the top 3 get a portion of that prize pool. Gavaroni not wasting any time. Strength and Hammer are going where? Into Goron City. Looks like they'd rather clear out Dodongo's Cavern first, rather than Fire Temple. Can't blame them too much. But Ninban opting not to go into the Royal Tomb and grab Bolero of Fire. Or is he doing that now? It looks like he's doing that now, okay. Oh, he must have missed the door close. But Gavaroni taking that boat into the Lost Woods, and it looks like they're going into Zora's Fountain. One last check. They don't know what it is in there. There's 3 checks in there. We got a hint for one under the icy water. That's garbage. Got the iron boots in a Sphere Zero location, though. The fairy fountain in there? No, nothing useful. So one last check for Gavaroni. Got a hint very early on. Zora's Fountain, Way of the Hero. There's an item logically required to beat this seed. We're hoping it's a long shot or the light arrows. Hopefully it's not a slingshot. Another good thing possibly would be a bomb bag. Oh, no, 50 should be in logic, so that should not be a Way of the Hero item. So, very tough call. It should be long shot, slingshot, or the light arrows. We have both of our tunics in logic, so that's not required. So, with a wallet. So yeah, slingshot, long shot, light arrows incoming for Gavaroni. Gonna do, what is that? Oh, hover boots? Oh, I guess... No, we have a hammer. Why are hover boots required? Uh-oh. I guess Fire Temple key logic could require hover boots for, if, Volvagia has a key on it. So not the greatest item. I did not think in the hover boots. There is Bolero of Fire, though, for an Ninban. Oh, bomb shoes down here. It's a little more useful than I thought. But as the first fountain, Way of the Hero in the location with the required item. No bomb bag? Why not take the time to grab an extra 10 shoes? And that's Bolero of Fire. Where's Gavaroni going? Fire or DC? Ninban back in the Forest Temple. A good chunk of it already cleared. 3 keys in hand. Where's our long shot? Where's our light arrows? Less important, the logically required slingshot. And Gavaroni going into the Fire Temple. We're gonna see all of the Forest Temple. How much of the Fire Temple are we gonna see? Gavaroni hoping the boss key is right here, next to the boss door. But first, 3 hearts, 6 total capacity. He's looking for a fairy. Can't use that bottle. The bottle with the big poke can only be spent in the location to get the check, the guardhouse. That is why it is considered in logic, because like Ruto's letter, you can't misspend it. And Chad is right, Gavaroni probably chasing those hover boots way of the hero. But more than that, looking for those required stones and medallions. Anyone unfamiliar with the settings, we're running 3 stones on Ganon's castle. Shadow and Spirit Medallion give you Ganon's boss key inside the Temple of Time. And way to go for Gavaroni boss key right next to the boss door. That's the fire temple we want to see. So Gavaroni gonna take a little bit of the lead. First to his spiritual stone inside Jabu Jabu. Now gonna pick up their shadow medallion, and I realize Ninban doesn't have the shadow medallion. Ninban has the spirit medallion. But either way, Gavaroni will kill Volvagia and head straight into Dodongo's cavern, most likely. Hopefully after that goes into Goron City and grabs that hint next to Medigoron. Telling him that Forest Temple, yeah, you're gonna need that. Not going for bow strats versus the dragon. Like, he's gonna have to use that berry. Meanwhile, Ninban progressing through a required Forest Temple. Required for Saria's song. Unlocked at the Burning Kakariko cutscene. For Frogs too, holding our mirror shield. And there we have it. The dragon is down for our Gavaroni. As Ninban picks up Forest Temple Bosky. Just a small key for Gavaroni. Hopes he doesn't have to spend that. Ninban is spending that required Forest Temple key. Has to kill these foes. Has to get to Phantom Ganon. Needs all 5 of those keys, especially without those hover boots. Does Gavaroni go left, or does he go into Goron City? Checking out the volcano. Looks like he's going up the crater, down Death Mountain Trail before going into Dodongo's cavern. Could hurt him. Needs that magic from Little Link the Goron. Hopefully not a check that they orphan off. Ninban approaching the halfway mark here in the Forest Temple. Second floor Stalfos fight. Now, to note, if you take a crazy, or rather unorthodox route through the Forest Temple, if you do not clear the first floor Stalfos, usually the second check-in, you cannot spawn the second floor Stalfos. Now, in Ninban's situation, could have set Pharaoh's Wind up here, jumped down there, killed that Stalfos, got that chest, used Pharaoh's Wind, and come back up here, lickety-split. having already jumped in, wouldn't be great. I believe the lower frames per second for our racer on the left, Ninban, is less taxing on the computer processor, maybe? I hope it was a joke in chat, but someone mentioned that they're playing this on a modified Super Nintendo. Which would be crazy. I hope that was a joke. Double D's. Ninban swinging some over-the-shoulder boulder holders. And answer a question in chat, Light Medallion is not needed. Unlocks absolutely nothing for us. In these settings for the SpeedGaming Live Tournament and Qualifiers, the Spiritual Stones open up the Rainbow Bridge to Ganon's Castle. The Spirit and Shadow Medallion give us our Ganon's Boss Key inside the Spirit Temple. The normal Light Arrow cutscene. And Gaborone is, thankfully, going into Goron City, armed with the hammer, armed with Strength 2, gonna clear out the Goron City maze. This coming into play in a previous qualifier. He's not forgetting it this time. I don't think he forgot it the last time either, but he's coming in here. Luckily, should be grabbing that magic from Little Link Goron. And then approaching the third of 4 pose. Oh, question in the chat. Does he go into Medigorn and read the hint? He's been reading a whole lot of hints. Tension is mounting. And the chat is right. It is an important hint. Now, there is a copy of it somewhere. It might be in one of the worst hinted locations. Just a handful of those. One of those is locked behind Nocturne and Shadow, too. There is magic for Gaborone. Also not on the tracker, but plainly visible on the racer's screen. Ninban expertly dispatching the green foe here. But Gaborone does not read the hint. Not good news for Gaborone. They're gonna open up Jukes while check Bonnaroo's chest and head into Dodongo's cavern. Juke and Bonnaroo are two top-tier Zuda racers. In Season 2 over on ZSR, they were in a race, bracket match race, where both of them last location at that very spot, holding some item of progression. They had full cleared the game otherwise up to that point. Both previously had come down the mountain and not opened up that wall. Bonnaroo, several hours in, remembered Juke did not and ended up forfeiting. So, because Juke did not open the wall, that's his wall, bane of his existence in for Season 2. Bonnaroo, who did open the wall and the chest, we dubbed that chest after that racer. Very exciting match. If after this race you're still in the mood for some Zooter, not interested in anyone streaming it, as Gaborone wastes a chew, unfortunately, trying to blow up these bomb flowers to get the stairs down. But as I was saying, if after this race you're in the mood for some more Zooter, there's plenty of odds from 3 seasons of tournaments. As well as the tournament last year featured live in Washington, or not in Washington, D.C., but outside Washington, D.C. in Herndon, Virginia last year. These are the qualifiers for the second of said tournament. Last year, won by one Nama, second place to one Spiked Vegeta. Gavroni was there. I'm not sure. He might have been in third. No, I think that was. Never mind. Wait, never mind. I'm confused. Second place went to what the hell's happened? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. There's been lots of Zooter in between there. Ninban has reached Phantom Ganon, though. Nothing of value here in the Forest Temple for him. Similar story for Gavroni in the Dog's Cavern, which we saw earlier from Ninban. There's Goron Tunic for Gavroni, definitely taking a little bit of a lead. But it is honestly still very, very close. One thing Ninban has to their advantage, a bit of a long dungeon, aka the Forest Temple, cleared out. Also has the knowledge that the Forest Temple is required. So Gavroni's not going to go in there for a while, unless he's already seen that hint somewhere else, or until he finds a second copy of that hint. Well, that is the Forest Temple down for Ninban. They're going to be picking up their Saria song. And a slingshot. There's our required slingshot for the Deku Tree. Ninban, where are you going? Temple Time or Death Mountain Crater? Looks like they're going for the crater. So they're going to be picking up their Ganon's boss key before any of their spiritual stones. Needs to go into Jabu Jabu for strength 2. And still looking for the long shot and light arrows. About 25-30 minutes since we've seen something of notable progression. Given that the spiritual been up Ganon's boss or Ganon's castle, that is the Ocarina of Time is no longer a always hint, it's a sometimes hint, and instead the Burning Kakariko song for getting the Forest Fire and Water medallions is a always hint. So guaranteed that we saw that hint that in Burning Kakariko Village is Saria's song. Everyone taking a bit of a pause before picking up their Shadow Medallion. Or Spirit Medallion. One of those two. Get their Ganon's Castle boss key. And looks like warping to the desert. Are they going back into Spirit Temple? Hoping to pick up the Mirror Shield. Looks like that's the play. It is Way of the Hero. Probably for that strength upgrade or hammer. Both of those absolutely required. Speaking of hammer, Ninban going into the Flare Dancer room first. Now, if this is long shot or light arrows, great on Ninban. Extremely lucky play. Otherwise, losing a bit of time. First check, just a bottle. Given that the dragon has a small key, this could be anything. 2 out of 3 chances it's a small key, though. And it is. But we're probably not going to see any more of the Fire Temple. But Gavaroni is going to show us most of the rest of Spirit Temple. We've already seen them full clear out the child side. Does not have the Mirror Shield, doesn't even know that the Mirror Shield is on Frogs too. So they are going to leave 3 checks in here unchecked. Has Requiem, has Fur's Wind. One of those two is going to come into play once again for Gavaroni here in the Spirit Temple. There is the boss key for Ninban, shaking their head. Why didn't I check that first? Doesn't have the hover boots. Get there logically. But not a problem for a racer with the skill and strategy knowledge of Ninban. Oh, that is right. The hover boots should be lit up for Gavaroni. He does indeed have those hover boots. From Zora's Fountain, Way of the Hero. Now that is something that Ninban could use to their advantage if they don't get those hover boots. If it's only required to get into the Volvagia fight logically, could save them a little bit of time if they never go into Zora's Fountain. Let's see where their route takes them after Volvagia. Nothing but some money for Gavaroni. Not what they were looking for. There is the boss key. Gavaroni not looking for keys, looking for the long shot, looking for the light arrows. So looking for the mirror shield. We know that's in Zora's River. The last check in there. So Ninban has taken out the dragon. Gonna correctly mark them picking up the Shadow Medallion there. Now, not much left to do as an adult, Ninban. Where are you going? Looks like... Oh no, not going back, child. Gonna turn in the big Poe first. I like this play. Good thinking. All the warp songs, they have not walked past the guard shop yet. Oh no, Gavaroni. You could pull out your bow and fire arrows. Just saying. Does still have to use a chew to blow up the beamos. Nothing but a heart container from that big bow, but Ninban now does have an empty bottle. Another empty bottle. Check some boulders in Hyrule Field, Way of the Hero. Most likely for those iron boots, but can't hurt to full clear out your way to hero locations. Big Goron hit. Not helpful. There's the long shot, though. That's helpful. Wow. So, just like that, we are in glow mode, looking for those light arrows. Ninban taking a big lead there. Knows where the mirror shield is. Just needs to find those light arrows or get up to Ganondorf, where Ganondorf will tell us in a James Bond-esque, villain-esque style exactly where the light arrows are. Not knowing that we're the hero of time and we can mess with time, save quit, and go get those light arrows. Kick his butt. Ninban playing Minuet of the Forest. Most likely, nope. Thought he was gonna use his Zora Scale to go clear Jabu Jabu, but curious. Meanwhile, Gavaroni, still in the Spirit Temple. No Mirror Shield, can't complete it. One last check. Hoping that the Mirror Shield is conveniently placed at the tippy top of the Spirit Temple. Either Mirror Shield or something of value. Spirit Temple is way of the hero, but we found the hammer and a strength upgrade in here. $50. So that's it for Gavaroni. As Ninban picking up Sari's song. That's why they went back adult, grabbing Sari's song, so they'll go up the river, grab their Mirror Shield, or they'll do that after Jabu. And looks like they're gonna grab some bomb chews with that long shot. But Gavaroni finished with the Spirit Temple. We're gonna check this Fairy Fountain and maybe do a reverse Wasteland to GTG. It's not looking good for Gavaroni here. Does not have the information that Mirror Shield is on Frogs 2. That would point him towards the Forest Temple, which would unlock Saria's song, which we just saw Ninban grab. So Ninban in a clear lead. 3 spiritual stones left to collect. Gavaroni needs to collect 2 spiritual stones, plus the fire medallion out of the Forest Temple. Needs the latter in order to complete the former. Mirror Shield unlocks the spiritual stone that's guarded by Twin Rova. Gavaroni is gonna reverse Wasteland. We're gonna see the one check in the Wasteland. Possibly what's inside the Gerudo's training ground. On the left side of the screen, Ninban now warping to Sacred Forest Meadow. And a back walkthrough, climb over the maze, and dive down through the shortcut into Zora's River. Either gonna grab Mirror Shield there, or go into Jabu and get Mirror Shield afterwards. Probably the first one. I think that would be faster. Pizza Heart for Gavaroni in the Wasteland. Could have sworn I marked Bolero for an Indian earlier, but apparently not. Now again is being very efficient. They're still looking for those light arrows. So we're gonna check Sorry Song from On Skull Kid. $5 there. Nothing but Nehru's love on the slingshot target. Not useful to racers of this caliber with these settings. Now you play a one-hit KO setting, that's a great item to get. We're gonna see Gavaroni in Gerudo's Fortress. Unless the light arrows are in this area, this is not gonna be beneficial for Gavaroni in the long run. Seems like a good idea right now. Unfortunately, they are not in the right spot. Is the pass to the Gerudo training grounds for Gavaroni. And then grabbing that bottle. You gotta feed a fish to the fish to gain entry into the fish. First two checks in the lobby, a GTG. Gavaroni pulls out a small key. There are 9 total here in the Gerudo training grounds. Bundle of arrows in the second chest, headed over to the right. Quick spin action versus the dinosaurs. They go down. And there is our first bomb bag in a Gerudo training ground. Now, we did know that there was one on 50 Skulltulas. But these racers found a couple packs of bomb chews that should have sufficed them. Gavaroni is going to continue on looking for the long shot, looking for the light arrows, looking for the mirror shield. 2 of those 3 are not in here. He's out 3 small keys so far. That's an ice trap, so not much on the right side of the maze other than that bomb bag. And like I said, it was nice to have. Gavaroni was down to just 4 bomb chews. Nimban will probably be completing the seed without a bomb bag. One exception to that would be if the light arrows are locked on Bomb Chew Bowling. I believe that is one check that is hard required by the bomb bag. There are 3 total bomb bags in the world of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Given the standard item pool, there are some flags where you can reduce it down to 1 or increase it, I believe, up to 4. So in a plentiful item pool, there is an extra item of good stuff. In a scarce, I think it's called. In the scarce pool, the items like bow, bomb bag, slingshot, I normally have 3 of everything. Each of those items, it's reduced down to 1. And is that a second bomb bag? Yeah, 2 bomb bags here in GTG. Yikes. Not the items Gavaroni's hoping for. So there are our bomb bags, 2 in GTG, 1 in the Beatmouse room, 1 in the Stalfos room. The other is on 50 Skotolas. That's a big Monka S. Henshin Rider, with a pun like that, you should be here in the commentary booth. That's what I think. Anyone out there who would like to get involved in the restreaming behind-the-scenes shenanigans, if you don't have the confidence like me to join the races, come up here in the commentary booth. Promise I do not bite. Or if you're uncomfortable with your speaking voice, you can be behind the scenes clicking buttons, lighting up those pretty pictures. Probably gonna do a much better job than I am. But yeah, we'd love to have you involved. That is the SpeedGaming Discord. Oh, Sushi Fisherman. He should be right behind. Who's that? Shinren Rider? Shinren. Yeah, all you chatters in the chat, throwing out these puns. You should join the SpeedGaming commentary team. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Is Gavroni throwing out the hookshot, continuing through Gerudo Training Ground. Up to 6 of 9 keys. Key number 8 for Gavroni. Looks like the middle of the maze is stacked. Not gonna go into the last room there. Huh. Might be thinking it's time for a Furor's win play. Unless, he might already... Yeah, I think he already did those checks. Never mind. Too much to pay attention to. Gavroni with 8 keys, hoping that he does not find another key. So one check in here that he's not done that. The toilet blocked by Iron Boots and Sauna Time. Hoping that is his 9th small key. More chews. So more explosive finds here in the training ground. Everyone in chat throwing out much better puns than me. And unfortunately, that's the 9th small key. So there is something in the toilet as Gavroni finds their own slingshot. $20 in the center maze. No good. Got himself a pair of bomb bags and a slingshot in the training ground. Nothing else. And Gavroni's sticking around. He's checking the toilet. First has to collect some silver rupees. And has to go in that door, collect, play Song of Time, and collect, I think, like 4 or 5 more? 6 more? Definitely one of the slower checks in the game. person in chat speculating the light arrows could possibly be in Ganon's castle, maybe even on the light arrow or the light trial itself, locked by strength 3. That would throw some spiciness into this already very spicy seed. Anyone just joining us? Spiritual stones are what is required to unlock Ganon's castle. Shadow and Spirit medallions give you your Ganon's castle boss key. Unfortunately, the mirror shield is on frogs too. The forest temple being what locks Saria's song to check frogs too, or otherwise unneeded fire medallion was needed for this seed. Ninban certainly in the lead, has his Ganon's boss key, about to pick up their spiritual stone. So Ninban, of these two runners, definitely in the lead. Now to note, there are 7 other racers behind the scenes racing. No one has forfeited, and these racers are running on a 20-minute delay. So I'm thinking all these racers are thinking that, wow, almost in go mode, I gotta be up there. It's gonna be a close one. I mean, it's proven to be that way. Unfortunately, the mirror shield is hinted in a not so great place right next to Medigoron. Ninban missing Little Link the Goron rolling past him with the bow, shooting some bomb flowers. Used that opportunity to check the hint next to Medigoron, and that's proven to be a very beneficial use of time. Gavroni has seen a hint for 1500. Gonna check the 1000 horseback archery prize as an Ninban finishes up Jabu Jabu. One last check here for Gavroni in Gerudo's Fortress as an Ninban takes on Baronade. Let's see if they have as clean of a fight as Gavroni did. 3 good boomerang throws on phase 2. Unfortunately gets whacked by a jellyfish. That's not gonna be good. $20 on the Gerudo's Fortress rooftop. A little bit of a sloppy fight from Ninban. Double D's and all those hearts shouldn't have a problem surviving. Just time. They're giving Gavroni either to find the hint, could find the mirror shield hint in Gerudo Valley here. I'm thinking Gavroni is checking these orphan checks in the valley, setting up to use a chew on the crate. Hopefully jumps down there, checks a hint stone. Is that Din's fire in the valley? Wow. And if it's not on this hint in Gerudo Valley, it might be on one of the hints out on the perimeter of Lake Hylia. Gavroni has not once been to Lake Hylia yet. That was, what, the crater or Death Mountain Trail's barren treasure? As Ninban grabs their silver gauntlets, about to pick up their Goron Ruby. And that is the Kokiri sword there for Gavroni. Not going to do much of any good, not in these settings anyway. And not given that he's done most of his child stuff. And Gavaroni not stopping in on for that hint. Straight to the lake. Oh wait, no, he did stop. He saw Death Mountain Trail Foolish. That's right. Oh, so much going on. I don't think Gavaroni has a Scarecrow song, so he's gonna check the lab here out of logic. And might just opt to jump inside the required water temple, searching for that boss key. Hasn't checked 20 skulls. And just an ice trap for Gavaroni. And then Van about to get rich, gonna play a bunch of songs for these frogs, get paid 50 bucks a piece per them. Minus the Songstorm's songs, so give him a randomized item. 5 bucks. But then he'll grab that mirror shield as Gavaroni does pop into the water temple. So Gavaroni liked the Fire Temple, hoping to get an early boss key. The less time you spend inside the Water Temple, the better. There are 6 keys, small keys in here. Just 9 checks. So chances are you're going to pick up the small key. Or wait, no, there's what? 6 small keys, long shot, art container, map and compass. 9 plus 4. Or 6 plus 4. 10 checks. Math is hard. There is that shiny mirror shield for Ninban. Cannot warp on that spot of the log. Second small key for Gavaroni. With that, Ninban is done with their child segment, unless light arrows are in one of the worst spots they could be in, like the bottom of the well. We know they're not going to be in the Shadow Temple. Could they be in the Shadow Temple? That would be that bad. Right, I know Shadow Temple is foolish, but because it's an always hint, doesn't that mean it could appear in a foolish location? Obviously, I'm probably wrong. Gavaroni showing off the hover boot strats. Does not have the long shot to get to the boss key chest. And is almost certainly going to be safe scumming these 2 small keys he's about to spend. That's it on attempt number 3 or 4 as an Ninban heads back into the Spirit Temple. Not cleared out the child side of things, but just looking for those light arrows. Might be thinking about that light arrow hint. Might want to rush Spirit and Water Temple. Get the hint. Grab light arrows. But we'll see. Ninban should be finishing up within 30 or 40 minutes. Looks like Gavroni did not save scum his small key. Almost certainly will be picking up another key. But normally, you would see a racer try to save scum as much as possible. Gavroni knows what they're doing. Overall, Gavroni is ranked number 2 in the Speed Gaming Live Qualifier results page. Ninban at number 5. So both these racers very qualified with a good ranking within this race. Ninban arming up those fire arrows. Fire checks in here. I believe the boss key was on the statue's hand. The internal one. Oh, Ninban did not finish DC, huh? Sorry about that, chat. They almost certainly know that they can do those with chews. Might have been trying to conserve those chews. Looks like Gavroni opting to go for the Dragon Chest before Dark Link. A play that I suspect ought to catch on. Oh, there's strength 3! Well, that's interesting. So we're still looking for those lighters. That strength 3 could come into play if Ninban goes through the water temple, gets the boss key on Dark Link or the river chest. That's where it's gotta be, right? Or the basement. Okay, 3 checks left for Gavroni. So if Ninban gets the boss key on Dark Link or the river chest, skip strength 3 on the dragon chest, and the light arrows are in the light trial. Ninban would be in trouble. Gavroni could save this. All depends on where those light arrows are, where that water temple boss key is. The race continues to be exciting. I know I'm glad I'm here. I hope everyone in the chat, in the future watching the VOD, is glad they've taken the time to do so. Exciting matchup here between Gavroni and Ninban. If you're a fan of what you've been seeing, make sure you go give them a follow. They are here qualifying, I guess optional. They're qualifying for the seeding of tournament happening here on Speed Gaming later in November as part of Speed Gaming Live. Price pool up to $1,992, $1,992. These racers are hoping to get a piece of that. Hopefully the largest piece. There's some stiff competition between them and that prize. Gaborone did not find him. Right? He did not get his water temple boss key. Either way, he's gonna be checking Darkling. Raising up the water level. Or wait, I guess to get more P you have to raise the water. Did not see if he got his water temple boss key. Did not. Or if he did, he just wants to get these checks out of the way. Because, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, he's found 5 small keys. So this is a good play either way, whether he's found the big key or not. Ninbei getting whacked by the Iron Knuckle. Plenty of hearts. So, nothing here for Ninban in the Spirit Temple. There's 3 checks we did not see that could hold our light arrows. I think we saw, yeah, we saw one of them already. It's all these checks locked by the mirror shield. One next to the almost room, one from the Twin Rover herself, and one at the tippy top of the temple. Oh, Ninban did not check this one first. Normally you see racers jump in this room before going at things. No big time lost there for Ninban, choosing to do it that way around. One last check for Gaborone, so this is going to be the boss key. Ninban will most likely grab the boss key. And if they grab Strength 3, we'll grab Strength 3 afterwards. If they grab it at all. That would be not good if the light arrows are in the light trial. Already seen outside Ganon's castle is a foolish choice. Yeah, and the boss key was in the river, and there's Ganon's castle boss key. Gaborone going back, child. Where are they headed to? My gut kind of tells me bottom of the well. Gaborone looking for 2 things. Looking for the mirror shield. Looking for those light arrows. Also looking for the long. How do you get the Ganon's Castle boss key? The Ganon's Castle boss key for these settings has been set to the light arrow cutscene. Also for these settings, the light arrow cutscene has been set to get activated once you collect the Shadow and the Spirit medallions. Also known as the vanilla settings. In the vanilla game, if you speedrun it, you need, in order to get the light arrows, you need those 2 medallions. Visit the Temple in time and Princess Zelda delivers them to you. But in the randomizer, you can set that cutscene, that item from Princess Zelda, to be all medallions, to be all the spiritual stones, or to be vanilla. As Gaborone going to the Boulder of Destiny, this is going to be his long shot. This is going to be good news for Gaborone. Fortunately, a little late, considering he just left the water temple. Just got that boss key. Here is the mini-boss of the Spirit Temple, another Iron Knuckle. Easy peasy, much better fight that round. All in preparation for the real boss. Twinrova. Known in the German translation of the game as, and I kid you not, Thermo, Sexy, Hexy. As Gavaroni going into the windmill in Kakariko Village. This is where you go in as child to open up. Bottom of the well. Bottom of the well does not yield any spiritual stone nor medallion. Yes, I said Sexy, Thermo, Hexy. With the bottom of the well not yielding us any stones or medallions, might not be the best play. Gavaroni is looking for a couple of items still, though. So, given that it only has 3 small keys, a whole bunch of checks. In Gavaroni's mind, given their route, it's not a bad play. They don't have a whole lot open to them. The Germans once again proven that, unlike the allegations from the creators of South Park, that Germans do have a good sense of humor. And in the translation of Ocarina of Time, it shows. Gavaroni not finding anything valuable yet inside the bottom of the well. But there's a whole bunch of checks here that can be done pretty quickly. However, Ninban will probably have collected their second spiritual stone before Gavaroni exits the well. First item to note in the bottom of the well is just a wallet. Not useful at all for Gavaroni. Knows where his tunics are, has one of them. Has his bomb bag, so doesn't need to buy bomb shoes. So that wallet not going to do anything for him. On the other side of the screen, Ninban has defeated Sexy Thermo Hexy, also known as Twinrova, who will pick up their second spiritual stone. 2 hours, 11 minutes in, we still don't know. Is it the Kokiri Emerald? Is it the Zora Sapphire? If you want to get your guesses in the chat. Time's closing, otherwise, you're just a cheater. It is our Kokiri Emerald as Gavaroni, neck right beside him, finds the light arrows in the bottom of the well. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so we in the commentator booth and the viewer box are in go mode. We know where everything is to complete the game. Runners do not. Ninban most likely is going to get the hint for those light arrows. Before jumping into the well, Gavaroni needs to find the hint for the mirror shield. No way he will be clearing the forest temples without getting that hint. So, big developments here. Let me update the tracker to get everything going. But yeah, very big info in a short amount of time right there. And at this point, it's just cleanup. And then Van's gonna kill the dinosaur and head down to Lake Kylie to kill Morpha. Unfortunately, gonna be in the water temple for a little bit of extra time if you're looking for that boss key. Not in the most convenient of spots. But between Ninban and Gavaroni, it looks like it's Ninban's race to lose. And all due to one little gossip stone in, due to an error. I don't know if Ninban checks the Medigoron if he hits the link to Goron. So maybe that's just a hint stone that they've been burned on before and they have to make sure they always check. See if they're up for a post-race interview. And Gavroni arming his broken stick for the dead hand fight, despite having his Kokiri sword. Saving those precious seconds is Ninban not saving seconds. Unable to find the spot. It's kind of a tricky spot to get, but over a dozen hits, I think. Not great. But certainly not gonna cost him this matchup with Gavroni here. Dead hand is down for Gavroni. $5. And that'll do it. Back to the Temple of Time. Why aren't the spider? Light arrows in hand. Gavroni's not in a terrible spot, but not in the best spot. Where are they headed to next? Long shot and Higher Boot, Water Temple boss key. Morpha's boss room wouldn't be the worst place. He's just gonna get him that Zora Sapphire. He needs the Mirror Shield. He needs Sarya-san from the Burning Kakariko cutscene. Uh-oh. Gavroni going back into Fire Temple. Get your Monka S's, whatever emote, to display your sympathy with Gavroni. A whole bunch of keys inside the Fire Temple. We know there's not gonna be anything else that's good. We know where all our bomb bags are. We've seen 2 slingshots. We have only seen 1 bow. But other than that, I think we've seen all our other items. We've seen our swords. We've seen all our bottles. All our spells. But the dinosaur has been defeated by Ninban. Dinosaur was defeated, so they don't get that stone. They get down. Alrighty, good. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Gavroni not gonna be grabbing anything out of the Fire Temple. We are likely to see Ninban complete the Water Temple before Gavroni grabs anything useful out of the Fire Temple. That bottle is not what they're looking for. Unfortunately for Ninban, does not have the Serenade of Water to warp him directly to Lake Hylia, but does have the trusty steed. I'm gonna use Epona here to travel the length of Hyrule Field. Wouldn't be a terrible play to check a couple of the remaining grottos down here in the south, looking for those light arrows. But Ninban does not have a whole lot between him and Ganondorf, who will give him a hint directly telling him which location those light arrows are in. Not which chest, but the location. So, Ninban will have to go to Kakariko. Doesn't have Nocturne of Shadow, so he has to walk there. Open up the bottom of the well, and then traverse it to find the light arrows. Which I think we're behind the locked pits or in the basement. So, Ninban has to check through the bottom of the well. Gavroni, in that time, could get to Phantom Ganon, pick up Saria's song. Gavroni now calling his trusty steed. Looks like they will be clearing Hyrule Field Way of the hero. Found the Iron Boots and a hookshot in here already. But this seed proven to be a pretty jet seed if you know where everything is. Spoiler log race of this could probably be completed, certainly sub 90 minutes. Maybe a sub hour? We have Iron Boots, 2 hook shots, Boomerang, all Spear 0. A couple of strength upgrades are pretty easy to get. But for these racers running up blind, it's taking them 2 hours. Well, there's one of the few items that that was remaining, the Big Goron trading quest item for Gavroni. Double magic. So Gavroni will be the first to defeat Morpha. But without that mirror shield, and frogs too, Gavroni will not be making great progress. Still, no Scarecrow song, can't even get the checks in here. I suppose after the Water Temple, we'll be able to shoot the sun, we'll be able to do adult fishing, but we know that's not going to grant him the items he's looking for. While Ninban re-keys down. Check the vanilla boss key chest. Looks like is gonna save scum these keys. But Gavroni has re-entered with boss key and the rest of the Water Temple fully cleared out. One thing to note, Gavroni did pull a Strength 3 upgrade from the Dragon chest. Unfortunately, we know that's not gonna come into play. But that was an exciting possibility for a little bit. Morph it down, just like that. Gaborone making it look like a piece of cake. Or a piece of pie, take your pick. Moonban about halfway through the water temple, still searching for that boss key. Would love to find the light arrows on the way. As we saw on Gaboroni's side, they are buried in the bottom of the well. And there's been no reason for Nidban to go in there. Gaborone running out of checks. 2 checks recently just opened. Here at Lake Hylia. Could go into the ice cavern, but he's already been up that way. Grabbed those iron boots. He knows the song in there is Nocturne of Shadow or Serenade. Not gonna be useful for him. Cleared out Gerudo Fortress, cleared out Gerudo Training Ground, the Wasteland. All of Spirit Temple that he can access. Van should be about 20 to 30 minutes away. Probably 20. He's got to kill Morpha. Do a little bit of fighting in Ganon's castle. Might choose to open up some trial chests, but probably will head straight up to Ganondorf, get the hint. Then he's got to go through the bottom of the well and then back to the castle. Definitely no easy route. As Gaborone sinks a big lunker on his line. Just a stick upgrade. He's playing Minuet of the Forest. Is he going into the temple? Or is he going into the ice cavern? He's going into the temple. Does he have a big brain inside of his skull? Is he thinking, alright, I gotta do Forest Temple. That's it, it's gotta be in here. Now he will pick up a slingshot from Phantom Ganon. It's not gonna be what he's looking for, but he'll get Sari's song from Brennan Kakariko. Has he been taking notes? Does he realize he's not seen the Frog's 2 hint? Is that why he's inside the Forest Temple? Or is he just out of other places to check other than the Ice Cavern? Ninban, save warping back to the entrance of the water temple, knows he needs to raise the water level. Go fight Dark Link. He's down to 3 checks. DXR in chat mentioning Gaborone skipped one of the hints in that Hyrule Field Grotto. I thought I saw that too. Wasn't 100% sure. But yeah, I definitely noticed that as well. Gaborone might not be thinking about hints. But nonetheless, he's where he needs to be. Inban having a little bit of trouble with raising this water level. Giving the Gaborone fans the dimmest shed of hope. To answer a question in chat, Ninban, I don't believe has confirmed his Scarecrow. He said it as a child. But to note, in order to summon the Scarecrow, you need to do it on the other side of the door. You can't do it from this this platform where he's trying to get up to. But not a terrible thought. Unfortunately, the random devs have not increased the range of the Scarecrow. So. Gaborone back as a child. Looks like headed to the Great Gray Fountain where you get Inspire in the vanilla game. Might be checking the one lone grotto up by the castle where there is a horribly out-of-the-way hint stone. Could that be our second Mirror Shield hint stone? The world may never know. With helpful speed gaming about reminding everybody once again, SpeedGaming Live 2020 happening November 7th through the 15th. This is just part of it. This is the optional qualifier round for the Zooter tournament being held there. Cash prize, $1,992 will be divided, maybe more. Few more weeks to increase that prize pool amount. Gaborone ranked 2nd for these qualifiers, and Ninban currently at 5th prior to this race. But again, that's just for the seeding. There will be a bracket match to follow in November. But these racers getting their feet wet, testing out the settings, working out the meta. Minban working out with the shadow. Using some backslash strats. I thought that trick worked better with the big Goron sword. He's getting it now. Gavroni so close to that hint stone. After these 3 checks, will Gavroni go visit Medigoron? Oh, only 2 checks. That's right, he hasn't completed the forest temple. He's bailed out after the courtyard. No reason in his mind to finish it. Minban definitely getting the salty side of Darklink today. As I say that, the shadow going down. That was not the optimal way to do that one. And we'll get the bad news, it's 1 more check away. I think the Dark Link fight will be one that Minban wants to go practice a little bit, perhaps. Or maybe they're just having an off night. I don't know. Unfortunately, as I say that, Commentator's Curse strikes. Standing on top of the Song of Time block does not let it disappear. Minban seeing that the hard way. Gavroni did not check the hint next to Medigoron. Where are they going? Cleared out Jabby Jabby. And Zura's Fate. Thought they'd done the river. Thought they did Frogs 1. Oh, unless going to Lake Hylia. Only other thing I can think of. Busky for Minban skipping out on Strength 3. Not gonna cost him anything. At that Gossip Stone hint next to Medigoron, proven very, very valuable in this seed. Essentially telling you, go clear that dungeon that you thought you didn't have to clear. Oh, and spoilers in chat, the second repeat of that hint is in Death Mountain Crater, a place that Gavroni has also cleared out. Light arrows were found in the bottom of the well. I believe behind the lock pits or in the behind the lock pits or in the basement. But GTG holding both of our bomb bags, one on the BMOS chest, one from the Selphos, and that number 3, of course, from 50 Skullcolas. Getting the quick kill on Morpha. Gavroni is getting a quick snag of the big lunker. And Ben has snagged whatever Martha is. Gelatinous blob of toxicity, I guess. Parasite, something. Oh, gets away from him. Proving a bit of a challenge for Ninban here. Pepperoni going into Cactrico Village, and my suspicion, they're checking chickens. Might be their last-ditch effort. Not much left for them. The lesson from this seed, definitely check your hint stones. If the hint's free, probably a good idea to get a hint. I would like to see the plays around Lake Hylia coming into play as well. Doing Gerudo Valley, getting those hints, doing fishing. Yeah, and we saw Din's Fire, we believe, in the Gerudo Valley crate. I've only checked it as an adult with a bomb tube. Saw it, and did not need it. Inban checking the one quick check he's got right here. Shoot the sun, just 50 bucks, not the light arrows. But that's exactly what's on Ninban's mind. Prelude of the Light to the Temple of Time. They're going to be opening up that Rainbow Bridge. Let's mark off that spiritual stone of sapphire. Picking up the boss key before they head to the castle. Pretty good idea. And there it is, the Rainbow Bridge, opened by the Sages of Time. I think, right? Sages of Time? Whatever types of sages they are. Ninban, you see, arming up that Pharaoh's Wind. Still needs the light arrows. Hoping they're here inside Ganon's castle. We know better. As we do get confirmation, Gaborone has thrown in the towel. One of 9 racers in this race. Unfortunately, just missing that hint stone. Won't mark off that, or maybe... are playing on a 20-minute delay, so not sure if Gaborone has thrown in the towel just yet in the run. But unfortunately, that Gossip Stone trolling him this seed. Ninban in the castle has to take out these Stalfos, hoping to pick up the light arrows in the vanilla boss key chest. These two iron knuckles are what stands between Ninban and that light arrow man. Looks like Gav's last play was up to the ice cavern. Ninban setting that Barrow's Wind one final staircase to climb. We'll have to climb it a second time once he has the light arrows. But with that Barrow's Wind set, it'll be a hop, skip, and a jump away. So our way the hero hints this seed were Zora's Fountain, Deku Tree, Hyrule Field, Spirit Temple, and the Sacred Forest Meadow. Hyrule Field being for the hookshot and or the iron boots. The Deku Tree held for us, what did it hold for us? Boomerang. That was pretty important. Probably the fire arrows for Spirit Temple Key logic. Sacred Forest Meadow held our Zelda's Lullaby, as well as Song of Time. And the Song of Time actually was required for our Water Temple boss key. Our foolish hints were the Shadow Temple outside of Ganon's Castle and Death Mountain Trail. Haven't seen any Shadow Temple, thank goodness. Gavroni did find Strength 3 in the Water Temple on the Dragon Chest. But no need to see the outside Ganon's Castle. Nothing of value in the Light Trial. Ninban, unfortunately, no Nocturne Shadow has to walk to Kakariko Village. Thankfully, as Sun Song was not trapped inside of the castle market. Ninban is gonna trigger the Ocarina of Time cutscene, but he's got no time for that. He knows where the light arrows are. He's gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, 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 go. Only question in Ninban's mind at the moment of the recording of this video here is which check in the well are the light arrows going to be in? Memory serves, they're behind the locked pits. Question in chat. Unfortunately, Gavaroni has forfeited. They are running on a 20-minute delay, so I think I was like 10 minutes or so ahead. But Gavaroni missed a hint stone. That hit being that the Mirror Shield is on Frogs 2. Second check locked by the Frogs in Zora's River. The check that requires Zelda's Lullaby, Opponent's Song, Saria's Song, Sun Song, Song of Time, and Song of Storms in order to unlock. Saria's Song being the one trolley song locked in Kakariko Village behind the Forest Medallion, Fire Medallion, and the Water Medallion. Given that we started with the Water Medallion, Forest Medallion was in Deku Tree, it was really only that Fire Medallion that was the problem. And given that the flags for this seed and tournament are that the spiritual stones open up Ganon's castle. Shadow and Spirit Medallions give you the Ganon Castle boss key. We were hoping we wouldn't have to complete Forest Temple. Nice that Shadow Temple was on the Light Medallion, and that it was foolish, so definitely didn't need that one. But as soon as they read the pedestal, all these racers were crossing their fingers like, okay, Shadow and Forest, two very long linear dungeons. Looks like we don't have to do those, thank goodness. But there are those light arrows, not behind the lock pits. Much quicker in the bottom wall than I had remembered. Ninban, moments away from serving us up a tasty serving of bacon. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but I could use a nice tasty serving of bacon. It's definitely not breakfast, but I don't care. There is the Master Sword pickup. Skipping the delightful years of puberty for the last time. You'll see Ninban, he's playing Minuet the Force. He's gonna hookshot his way inside the Forest Temple, just for a brief moment, in order to cast Auror's Wind again. Unfortunately, it cannot cast Auror's Wind on the overworld, only works in dungeons. Now, the random devs have modified it somewhat in the vanilla game. As soon as you do any time traveling, the warp is dispelled because you only get one. And it's the same one, child or adult. So, due to time travel, the devs did not want you being able to set it as adult, warp to an adult-only section. So, that's the solution they had. The rando devs kind of undid that, gave you one for child, one as an adult, but still you have to be in a dungeon to set it. Ninban, replaying his Groundhog Day scenario, as Gavaroni picks up the Serenade of Water, gets that replay of the Light Arrow hint, this time armed with those Light Arrows, which I have not marked. But Ninban is fighting the Dwarf here. Does not have bottle set up. Going for some regular old volleyball. Gets the light arrows off. Jump slash 2, 3, 4. Oh no, does not get the first cycle. Second hit, no problem. One final stab. The dwarf is down. Dwarf is down as Gavaroni checks King Zora for another heart container. Looks like he's going back to the Sacred Forest Meadow. And here it is, storing that jump slash, a very important part of this final boss fight. And at 2 hours, just before the 53-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. And like the dishonorable pig that he is, Ganon will take a cheap shot, knocking the Master Sword outside of the battle arena. Princess Zelda helplessly standing by. But very importantly, Ninban stored that jump slash. Very last move that Link does is stored in memory. And with a crouch stab of his hammer, Ninban has that Master Sword damage at his disposal. You see phase 1 already down. And that is all it takes for the barrier to be dispelled. Ninban reunited with the Master Sword. On to phase 2. Not the cleanest Ganon fight. Definitely a little bit of a challenge here from Ninban, but doing good, plenty of hearts. There, Ganon has been defeated. Princess Zelda finally lending her hand. Stunning Ganon with her beam of light or whatever that is, imbuing the Master Sword with some magical essence. That's the important part. And who's ready? Who's hungry? With a slice and a dice, Ninban is serving us up a tasty plate of bacon. And with an official race time.gg of 2 hours, 54 minutes, 48 seconds. Ninban has come in 4th place. Get your GGs in the chat. For 20 minutes ago, Ninban came in 4th place in this qualifier match for the SpeedGaming Live tournament happening later in November. Being 20 minutes ago and being a nearly 3-hour race. Not sure. Hey, there we go. GG's to our 4th place finisher.
Thank you. Good evening.
Howdy, hey. So it turns out in the match up against you and Gavaroni, it was that hint stone next to Medigoron that proved the difference maker.
Hello.
Hey, GG's Gavaroni.
Sure, GG.
GG's.
Unfortunately, not the best seed for you.
And I never check either of those hints, so it's pretty much dead to rights at the moment. They both had trucks too, so can't be too mad.
Ah, shucks. Yeah. Yeah, before the matchup, you were sitting pretty in that number 2 slot, so shouldn't hurt your seeding too much.
I mean, yeah, I'm not super worried either way. I think we're all gonna get seeded into groups, and it's gonna be interesting from there. So, especially because there's some decent people that I know aren't gonna play qualifier, like are not likely to play some qualifiers. So it'll be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sponge and I both lost a lot of points this race. Granted, I think that was. I think the way it works is like your top race and your worst race get dropped or something. So this will certainly be my worst one with being 4/5. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it works.
Yeah, but funnily enough, Gav, you were the first to show us where the light arrows were with that bottom of the well play when you were kind of running out of checks.
Yeah, I actually felt like I routed the seed pretty well in general. I don't think I played super well, but like you guys saw me fail box tip for like 2 minutes and then like fall and void and spear like 8 times in a row. But outside of that, I mean, it felt like I routed it pretty well. But yeah, once Mario finished, I would just like his time was so low that I knew he couldn't have done like forest or fire or anything weird like that. So I just ran and did all the obvious like weird checks that you wouldn't normally check, but theoretically could have in this seed. So like chickens and all the field stuff, and even like Ice Cavern. And then once I had exhausted all that, I think Ninban had finally finished, and I was like, all right, I can FF and not feel bad anymore.
Yeah. The one thing I was thinking about, right? Because you pulled those gold gauntlets. If the light arrows had been in the light trial, it would have been a little bit more exciting. But I don't think first place would have been at 216.
Yeah, those were in Water Temple, right? Yeah, I think the Dragon Chest.
Yeah, the dragon chest. I like that play doing dragon chest before Dark Link. Fortunately, not
Fell,
turning out
so I
well
decided
in the
to
seed.
do it. Normally I do
Yeah.
the normal loop, but I had like missed the jump slash in the middle of the platform, so I was like, I'll just do it while I'm down here, I guess. But yeah, I don't even think I checked the Gold's Ferry
Nope,
before I
that was foolish, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, that's right, it was.
Yeah,
Sounds
we had
like
a better
games
hint
is
for that.
foolish, yeah.
Yeah. One of the things you forget after 3 hours.
Yeah, there was a couple so I had played a seed like literally right, like I finished like maybe 15 minutes before I joined the room for this one, and there was like I did Goron City Hammer Rocks in the seed. I'm pretty sure those were hinted dead. There was something else I did that was like hinted dead too, but I had just like forgotten because I was like, I don't remember if that hint was the seed I played like 10 minutes ago or if it was this one. So I'm just gonna do it and be safe.
Definitely proven why those hint stones are a bit overpowered by some standards. Definitely not one that you're probably going to be missing in the near future. But
Yeah.
GG's to Ninban for checking that.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like I check the Medigoran hint if I have hammer usually. I just like I routed the whole Goron City DMC area. Like I didn't do like almost any of it for a really long time. I don't think I was even in Goron City until like the hour 30-minute mark or something.
Yeah, that's with those warp songs kind of routed you away from that location.
Yeah.
But Ninban actually missed Link the Goron hitting those bomb flowers. Ninban, do you usually check the Medigoran hint? Or
Yeah,
did you
I
only
usually
do
check
that?
it. Maybe
Okay.
if I just had like the Goron bracelet, I would not have checked it, but with the hammer, definitely.
Yeah. Well, thinking it might have been just because you missed Link the Goron.
No.
I guess not proven the case.
Link the Goron didn't save me in that aspect.
Just good old routing and you know, you had a couple hiccups there with Morpha.
Yeah.
A couple of the Iron Knuckle fights, but
I did a pretty
pulled out fourth
dumb
place.
thing in the Dongo because I was convinced I wanted bombs for King the Dongo, and I don't know why. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna like do King the Dongo with only bomb shoes. And then I was going through the rest of the seed. Then I looked on YouTube on King the Dongo bomb shoes tutorials. So I went back there near the end. I tried it a couple of times, and then, hey, there's bomb throwers here.
Nice, learning on the fly.
Oh, you
Nothing wrong
forgot
with
that you could use strength. I was like, wait, what? There's no way you didn't get strength this seed. You needed them.
No, I just forgot about the bomb throwers.
right.
So I was all ready to do it with bomb shoes. I failed. I almost exhausted my bomb shoe amount. And hey, there's bomb throwers here. Anyway,
the little things. It's little
Yeah.
things in life.
could have finished that dungeon like an hour ago.
I found bombs eventually. I think there were 2 of them in GTG, I want to say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
One from the BMOS, one from the Stalfos.
Pretty sure the
Couldn't miss
Stelphos
'em.
were in Logic, but I wasn't really paying a ton of attention to Logic at that point, but I can't imagine they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, in any
Pretty
case,
sure.
like from pretty much the beginning of the seed, 50 scores was in Logic.
Yep. 2 Spear Zero bomb bag, or 2 Spear Zero hook shots and a boomerang.
Yeah, that's true. I was saying at one point that I thought the 51 was in Logic, but I don't have a Logic checker for skulls. I just kind of know.
Well, once again, GG to Ninban. Working your way up in the seedings. Not bad. 4th place finish.
Yep, I'm trying my best.
Yeah, GG's, dude. I gotta get out of here though. I didn't even expect to do an interview, and then you guys invited me, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll come hop in real quick, but I gotta head out. So thanks for having me. Thanks for
Yeah,
calming,
no worries.
August. It looks like you solo calmed. I don't know if anybody tracked, but if you did, thank you. Thanks to SGL. for
Yeah, I did that as well.
What a game.
No worries. Go enjoy some dinner.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
Good night.
Any final thoughts, Ninban? Great race from you.
I just want to shout out a bombless finish.
Definitely shout out the bombless finish.
And that's it.
And I'd like to shout out the French community here from Zuter. We do have the opportunity here for these qualifiers to restream one of these in French if any of you guys are in the mood for that. So stay tuned here on Speed Gaming for the rest of the qualifiers. The tournament coming up here November 7th through the 15th, as well as the rest of Speed Gaming Live. And I think that'll do it for us. And I would encourage everyone to follow myself over to Speed Gaming 3 to check out the Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race. They are featuring the flags that they're going to be doing for the Speed Gaming Live tournament. So that should be exciting. And once again, GG's to Ninban and Gavaroni. Make sure you go give them a follow. And I've been August 40th. Don't do a whole lot of streaming, but if you want to give me a follow that as well, that'd be appreciated. I will catch you another race, another day here on Speed Gaming or ZSR. Zooter Zelda 1 Rando, as well as a couple other stuff I'll commentate as well. So thanks again, everybody, and GG's to the racers.
Yeah, thanks, August.
No problemo.